Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, whatever place it is that you are, on to the Life Signatures Radio. Thank you so very much, even as we're going strong. We are on episode number 1530 something, 35 or 45, I don't know. And we're talking about pain. We're talking about pain is weakness leaving your body. Episode number 1544. Weakness is pain leaving your body. These episodes we normally talk about purpose, productivity, and resilience. And having laid a foundation of the necessary things that are supposed to be in place so that we can have this topic going on, I want us to start discussing the types of pain, for example, that we go through, and we need to be alert to these pains because they identify the weakness that we have, and we need to let this pain run their course until such a time that we have become perfect, because pain, it's true, it is weakness leaving the body. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
Well, even as we've been talking about these things, yesterday I found myself inspired to read for you a particular scripture which is very interesting. This scripture is found in the book of James chapter 1 verse 2 and verse 3. And I read a version that did not really bring it out the way I wanted it to be brought out. You know, there's some things sometimes you want something to be in the exact words that you want to. So let me do some comparisons here. One version says in James 1:2, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds. See, another one says, count it all joy when you fall into various trials. And then the other guy, the weird guy, the Message says, consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides. You know what? You know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let it do its work so you become mature and well developed, not deficient in any way. That's exactly what I wanted to say. And this guy has said it for me. I think this guy is called Patterson, Eugene Patterson, I think. He's the one who did this version of the Bible called The Message. Our topic is pain is weakness leaving the body. That's a phrase you hear a lot. And I'm just trying to say in this series that it is true. Pain is weakness leaving the body. And I'm going to read for you James again, because there's some aspects that we need to really delve in and learn. It says, consider it a sheer gift. And we do normally the opposite. When a trial comes, it's a curse. But this guy is saying, consider it sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides. You know that under pressure, that's it. Under pressure, because you see, we don't want to be under pressure. Been talking about this in the previous episode. We want to be under status quo, because in the status quo, it's comfort. Consider it sheer gift, my friends, when tests and trials comes from all sides. You know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into an open and it shows its true colors. That's why we're saying when you're going through a particular kind of pain, it exposes your weaknesses. And so this guy says, so don't try to get out of anything prematurely. That's exactly what I was saying. Don't try to get out of it prematurely. Why? Because we want status quo. Every time you feel a pinch of pain somewhere, you want to go back to where there is no pain. Where is there that there is no pain? Status quo. You want to stay where you are. I wasn't giving speeches previously, but this is painful, this is embarrassing, this is awkward. I don't want to feel awkwardness and embarrassment. But James is saying, don't get out of it prematurely. He says, let it do its work so you become mature and well developed, not deficient in any way. That's why they will tell you it is true that pain is weakness leaving the body. Don't try to get out of it prematurely. So let us just go into this status quo and look at it carefully. The comfort that keeps us average. The status quo has different ways it keeps its stuff consolidated. There are several things that status quo has propped up that you don't want to, the things that you go through that you don't want to break out of the mold of the status quo. What are the weapons that status quo has used today? Let us discuss weapon number 1. And I've already made an allusion to this. Weapon number 1 that the status quo uses to keep you there. It is a weapon called shame and embarrassment. Nobody wants to feel shame. Nobody wants to be ashamed. It is an uncomfortable thing. It's unwanting. It is not good. Nobody want to be embarrassed. Learn to see these things the way that, let us learn to see embarrassment as the mouthpiece of status quo. Not just something that is coming out of the blue. Let us learn to see that it's the mouthpiece of status quo telling us to keep being average, to keep where we are, to stay in a mediocre state at the expense of fulfilling our greatest potential, so we can remain cool and we can remain accepted by people. Because embarrassment means you are not being accepted. It means you are different. It means you will not be among the, you will not be regarded. You want to be regarded. So I don't want to be embarrassed. So you're in class, the teacher asks a question, you don't want to shoot your hand up because of the pain, anticipated pain of embarrassment. Perhaps when I am wrong and I said something stupid, they're going to laugh at me and therefore I will not be accepted. So what do? You remain with your hand down like this. And status quo, yes, good boy. Status quo says, good boy, good girl. You're comfortable. And guess what? In the process, nothing has changed. You have not grown. You have not seen your weakness. It has not been exposed. But shoot your hand up. And let me tell you this. If you find a student who can do that, even if that student is stupid to the degree of details of stupidity, a teacher loves that student who shoots the hand up and says, yes sir, I'm going to attempt. And even if they say something embarrassing, something stupid, people are going to laugh. But the teacher is not going to laugh. And the teacher, ladies and gentlemen, the teacher is an analogy here. The teacher is not just a human being, a physical human being standing on a blackboard. The teacher is the world itself. The world takes note of the hand that has been lifted up in boldness, trying to answer, even if it's an embarrassing answer. And the world takes note. A teacher Let's go back to the teacher, the normal human being teacher, who sees a student or a pupil genuinely attempting to be good. They gravitate naturally towards that student and they want to help them. They want to give them the best. They want to coach them. They want to tell them. They want to do a one-on-one with them. They don't leave them to their devices. That's how the world operates. So the pain of embarrassment is going to there. That's the price you're going to pay. And you need to understand that embarrassment is not you. It is not you. It is status quo. Yeah, I've said it like an African. Status. It is status quo. Others will say status. It is the status quo trying to pull you down, even before you can lift your hand up. So believe me, it is not cool to be awkward. It is not acceptable to be awkward, to be embarrassed. It ain't cool. But the problem with us, we want to stay cool and stupid at the same time. It doesn't work that way. You stay cool and stupid forever. You've got to trade one for the other. I ain't gonna be cool today. I'm gonna be embarrassed. I'm gonna be ashamed. But I'm gonna try and give a speech. I know I'm overweight. And I'm going to be embarrassed today by going on the streets and trying to jog and trying to learn to run. It's not cool. It's embarrassing. But that is weakness leaving the body. Awkwardness is that word to get every time you attempt to do something new. It's what happened to you when you try to speak, when you try to crawl, when you try to do things. And the thing with this is that nobody laughed at a kid when the kid was doing embarrassing things, trying to speak. Nobody laughed at ya. Nobody laughs at a kid who's trying to do embarrassing things, trying to walk. In fact, people encouraged you in your formative years. And somewhere along the way, the status quo won the battle. And now it's being awkward and uncool to try and learn something. It's unacceptable. It's embarrassing. It is not you, by the way. This embarrassment is not you. It's not a function of you. It's a function of the status quo. It's a voice of the status quo that wants you to stay the same. That awkwardness, my friend, is in pain. The awkwardness you feel when you try to do something, you try to write a book, you try to propose to somebody, you try to start a business. The awkwardness and the embarrassment of failure is there. Let's agree. It's there. But it wasn't when you were growing up as a boy, as a girl. Now that it is, learn to switch the narrative. Believe that the shame and the embarrassment is simply weakness leaving the body, nothing else. Are you going to stay cool, in quotes, and not be embarrassed in the moment and remain a fool? Or are you going to be a fool right now and be embarrassed right now and let the weakness leave the body? Thus is what we go through on a daily basis, making those decisions in those split seconds. The decision between cool and fool. They gravitate in our lives and they inspire us, or they inform the kind of life that we're going to have for the rest of our lives. We choose either to be cool right now and a fool forever, or we choose to be a fool right now and cool later on. Either way, we are always going to gravitate in those equations, ladies and gentlemen. So I would rather choose to be a fool right now, to have shame and to have embarrassment, to expose my weakness, and that pain that exposes that weakness will let that weakness leave the body, and soon enough, I'm gonna be cool. Tomorrow, we're continuing with this. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.